he is going to be going about things differently this year, and he's potentially taking on a new name. What kind of complications will that bring now that he's not necessarily shooting to kill?
You know, ironically, it makes a lot of our fights a lot meaner than they used to be. I mean, getting an arrow in the throat is probably, you're dead, so that's the downside. But in the pilot, one of the first times that I take a guy on, I just come around the corner and I just punch him with my new horrible like bow. I love the bow, but it's like a weapon, and I punch the guy in the head 3 times. So, but it has made it complicated because, I didn't have to worry so much about witnesses, and now I do. Now I do.
What do you want to see happen with Roy this season?
Yeah, the cool stuff is happening with Roy, and I've seen some stuff, and Coleman's actually he's really funny. He and Oliver are getting a chance to interact a little bit. In the first episode we see it briefly, but we have a good talk, or talking to, as the case may be, in the second episode, and I don't know where they're gonna take that character, but much the same way that Felicity brought a new dynamic in, and Diggle is the voice of reason. I think having a younger, maybe more eager, more virtuous guy on the team would be a lot of fun. So I don't know if and when it'll happen, but I think it would work.
So in the first episode, we see Oliver essentially going to work for Queen Consolidated for the first time.
Yes.
How does that play out as it goes on?
It's a new character to play. It's a lot of fun. I talking with the executive producers after what I think amounted to either our first day or our second day. Our first day in here was all the stuff that you guys see when basically all the stuff in the Foundry, Felicity redoing it and me not wanting to be called the Hood anymore. That was all our first day, and then we popped right past this wall into Queen Consolidated and shot all that stuff with Summer and the Hood copycats, and the guys immediately responded to the Oliver Queen CEO role, and I'm enjoying it because it's actually something that he takes seriously. Oliver, we got to see him, as Island Oliver, and and basically Arrow, and then the sort of Oliver Queen, playboy, billionaire, return from the dead guy, just sort of hovered. There wasn't a lot of that. So I get to be in street clothes a little bit more this year, although we are not lacking for action. And I like it. I like the character, and I hope that it continues.
Has the action gotten easier at all? You took so much in season 1. Is it something that's just part of the job now, or is there still challenges that you're finding?
Well, there is challenges because we've wanted to make it better. I think that the action, we don't have a huge amount of action in episode 1, but episode 2 and episode 3 and episode 5, oh my god. I have gotten better at being able to pick up fights on the day. Coming in and being able to learn 5 or 6 move sequences and shoot them as we go along, which is very helpful because the opportunities for me to come in and rehearse beforehand with the stunt team, that rarely lines up. But the action sequences are getting bigger. I think that, if we just stay to the standard of episode 5, which is our best action so far in the entire series, then we'll be in very, very good shape.
Episode 2, bringing Kelly back and bringing Michael J. White in.
Yeah.
What dynamic that is? You're talking a lot about the action, and I would imagine that is probably one of those big moments for you. What is that dynamic like?
It's good. It's Michael J. White is he's just a consummate professional. Just came in and worked his butt off, and the scenes that we shot together were really cool. And I hope he comes back. But again, it's we have this idea now. I can't remember if we ever did it in season 1, but why we're starting to build our repertoire of villains. So why have 1 when we could have 2 or 3 or 4? So it's I know that they're as important as it is to build out the superhero world. What good is it if there aren't supervillains along the way? Like, what are the superheroes going to do? Just high five all the time and congratulate each other on being awesome? No, you have to have adversaries.